All right, well, hello there, everyone, and welcome back to another very exciting episode of WPW Saturday Night Showdown. I am your host, the Killjoy JTB, joined every episode by my broadcast partner, Andrew Jensen.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? Yep, we got another exciting show for y'all tonight. I cannot wait to get into this. We got some bangers coming up.
Yeah, we got some tag team matches coming to you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have people trying to pick themselves back up from their losses, as well as more unfortunate appearances from certain particular individuals, whom I'm sure we will get to later on in the night. But ladies and gentlemen, hope everyone who is at least in the United States had a fantastic Thanksgiving. The turkey I had was just absolutely amazing. I also had some cherry crunch pie, dude. Like, man, oh, some good stuff. I'm not really a pie guy.
Okay, all right. Not much to say on my side. Had nice, calm, quiet. Just nothing crazy. Can't complain.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But ladies and gentlemen, we have a bunch of exciting matches for you here tonight, including our main event. We have the newly crowned Rockerboy champion, Jacob Storm, making his in-ring debut as the new champ. He's going to be taking on the toughest S.O.B of WPW, the one, the only Arctic Mantis. It was a challenge that Jacob brought to Arctic at near the very end of Resistant Disorder, in actuality, and Arctic has accepted the challenge, and that is your main event of tonight. But unfortunately, there was a lot of other matches where some folks were not so lucky, one of which we'll be seeing in our opening matchup coming in next. And I think let's just go ahead and head down to ringside and kick things off here.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's not wait any longer.
The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, wrestling out of Night City, California, he is the Netrunner, Nicolas Northstorm. There he is, former Rockerboy champion in the house to kick things off tonight. Head of Northstorm Enterprises.
Yeah, always an exciting time seeing Nicolas in the ring. He just absolutely does not leave anything behind.
And introducing his opponent, wrestling out of the void, he is the Dark Magician, Ignatius Black. Ignatius making his quick return to the ring after a devastating loss at Resistant Disorder. He was challenging the current Underground champion Montgomery for the title. Unfortunately, was not able to pick up the victory. And I cannot imagine whatever deity he Warships is entirely too happy about that, so he's out here to try and appease whoever or whatever it might be.
Yeah, absolutely. Potentially new contract. So we'll have to see how tonight goes. So who knows what's going to be in store for him in the future.
I mean, I suppose it's a good time to bring up, ladies and gentlemen, that to kick off the next episode of WPW. So on Saturday Night Showdown episode 60, ladies and gentlemen, we will be kicking off with an 8-man showcase match to determine the new #1 contender for the Underground Championship. And then the episode after that will be the same, but for the women's side of things, to determine the new #1 contender for the Synthwave Championship.
A lot of people hungry to get their hands on those titles. Great way to decide who gets a shot than beating 7 other opponents.
Ignatius immediately with this neck crank here. And to kick things off, Lady Kathgina tweeting on social media saying, in honor of the season, Semperheim's allowed 2 adventures out of the wall. Also, as always, the concession stands are protected. Leave the dipping dots alone, or else. Side note: Mr. Black had best perform. An unknown spiritual pressure has begun knocking on the wards again. Oh boy!
Oh, that's great to know.
I'd love to hear when we have unbeknown beings knocking on our walls as Ignatius landing that splasher, going for the cover, but a kick out at 2 by the former champion. Oh, Ignatius trying to knock Nicolas out, and Nicolas over the top rope with the Hurricane Rana. And immediately trying to hit the ring wire, but Ignatius getting the ropes just in time.
Yeah, I still don't know what's worse, the AI knocking at the black wall or the unknown beings knocking at the ward wall.
I'd honestly be more concerned with the unknown beings, believe it or not.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but still, just both equally terrifying in some cases.
And Nicolas just putting in work on Ignatius, tossing him off the top turnbuckle there. The crowd immediately getting behind this matchup here. Spanish Fly by the Netrunner. Getting Ignatius back up to his feet once again. And a big old face plant right in the middle of the ring. Going for the cover now. 1, 2, no. Kick out at 2. Oh boy.
Oh,
yeah, no surprises coming in here from Ignatius. Appearing in from behind is one of his favorite tricks. Now tripping up Nicolas.
Yeah, one of his favorites for a reason, because it constantly works for him.
Yeah. Oh, Ignatius trying to go for the legs, but Nicolas fighting back. Oh, reverse it with DDT. Oh, now Ignatius might be looking to finish things off right quickly here, but no. Ooh. A series of kicks by the Netrunner and a forearm. And went for the Enziguri, but Ignatius able to dodge out of the way. And that springboard punch to the back of the head. Ignatius coming to the top turnbuckle now, telling Nicolas to get back up to his feet. Went for the drop kick, but Nicolas dodging it. Both of these competitors having each other's numbers, dodging each other's moves like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of these guys know each other fairly well, so definitely know what to watch for. Ooh. And we have blood, ladies and gentlemen.
A jab across the forehead, busting Nicolas open. Oh. Keeping Nicolas in place. What's he got here? Oh no! Nicolas fighting back. And now looking for the rewire once again. The crossface submission. Looks like Ignatius is just going to barely be able to make it out in time. And leaving the Night Runner hung out to dry. Standing elbow drop there. And following up with a Lutez press. For a series of quick jabs, but Nicolas reversing with that hip toss. Getting back to his feet once again. And Nicolas now with the fisticuffs. And the quick kick in the chest. Another kick there. And another one this time right to the gut.
Yeah, Nicolas in the driver's seat. Oof.
Oh, and that brief, quick uppercut there. And the standing ovation. Now the top turnbuckle once again. And the fly, the splash landing. Going for the cover once again. 2 and 3. And here's your winner, Ignatius Black. Ignatius in with the win here. Looking to be a possible entrant in that 8-man showcase match. Possibly go after the Underground title once again. And ladies and gentlemen, we were talking about some unfortunate losses earlier. You know, we talked about Ignatius not being able to win the Underground Championship, and now we also have to talk about one of the bigger losses that happened at Resistance Disorder, ladies and gentlemen. Minuano losing the Rockerboy Championship that he's held on to for over a year to the, obviously, the new champion, Jacob Storm, by the way, obviously also in the main event. But Minuano here, he had his had a tag team match last week with Sergeant Major Payne going after Ragnarok. Unfortunately, they were not able to pick up the victory in that main event. And Minuano hopefully trying to pick himself back up now going into singles competition. Coming up next is solo in-ring return since losing the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. But even after the loss last week, neither one of them seemed all that... how's the best way to put it? Perturbed? Upset? It's a little hard to describe, but it almost looked like they were happy in a way to lose. We know Payne, we know Minuano, we know how those guys think. But at the same time, could it potentially have been a reconnaissance kind of thing, potentially?
that could very well be a possibility. And you know, speaking of Ragnarok, we will be seeing them again later tonight. The goddess Hel will be taking on the Primal of Ice Shiva. We know Shiva has had some deal with Jacob Storm and Ivy Reed. It was basically a protection contract of sorts, and Hel obviously with a bit of a vendetta against Jacob Storm, which is putting it lightly, for setting Fenrir's coffin on fire at Ascension. And so now tonight we're going to be seeing Hel and Shiva go after one another, while Beowulf and Fenrir, I'm still not used to saying those two words together in a semi-positive but not so positive context. We'll be seeing those two tag team once again later on tonight. They'll be taking on two members of the Fangs of Vega with Anaj Avendash and Luther Balfenheim. But before we get to that, we gotta get into this next matchup here. Sorry about that. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and head down to ringside. The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing the Fangs of Vega, they are Saint Acid, Kalindar, Hatafi. And introducing his opponent, representing the Four Horsemen, weighing in at 420 pounds, Minuano. You know, I've gotten so used to hearing the Rockerboy Champion addition to Minuano's announcement and not hearing it now is a little bit jarring, to be honest.
It is, but he held on that championship with pride. And he lost it clean to a very, very good competitor. So honestly, a
very good and very deserving.
Very good, very deserving. So definitely something to get used to, but at the same time, Minuano can hold his head up with pride. And honestly, I don't think Minuano's the kind of guy to rest on his laurels, so he could be working twice as hard to get back to that title picture.
Yeah, definitely.
And Minuano just coming out of the gates with the boots.
Yeah. Immediately with a suplex. Oh, and locking in the Campson this early on, looking to make Hatafi possibly tap out or pass out, but Hatafi very quickly able to escape. And also need to mention hashtag White Sprado trending worldwide. You'll love to see it.
Definitely. Minuano, a very aggressive competitor, but compared to Hatafi and their very unique style, this is going to be definitely something to see.
Here we have Minuano, who is more, I guess, more of the brutish brawler type, and you know, Hatafi, in all the matches we've seen them in, I think it'd best be described as the literally cold and calculated type.
Oh, absolutely. Two very different fighting styles. Both of them have brought various success to each competitor, but you know, we'll see who happens to be better.
Minuano missing that clothesline, but then still taking Hatafi down, wrenching that arm.
And just absolutely bending that arm backwards. And some hard knee shots to the side of the skull.
Yeah, right into the temple. And then fought up with a drop kick. Hatafi now fighting back. Series of blows into the midsection. But Minuano quickly grabbing them, tossing them over to the barricade. Hatafi in at the count of 10. Has Minuano trying to mock them. And Hatafi just dropping the bottom of the head down on the top rope there. But Minuano not taking any of it. And Snake Eyes Hatafi in the corner. Into the cover. One. No. Kick out at 1.
Yeah, that absolutely brutal offense you just saw on the outside. It just goes to show you why Minuano was the champion.
And another Snake Eyes in the opposite corner this time.
Why he was champion for so long.
A big kick to the back of the head there. Oh! And a quick electric chair drop as he makes his way to the outside, jumping back in the ring and launching Hatafi into the air. And now busting open Hatafi with those right hooks.
Yeah, we are 2 for 2 on the blood tithe tonight.
Now Hatafi going for a submission maneuver on the outside, but Minuano using his strength in his advantage here to escape that.
Yeah, Hatafi going after Minuano's still human arm.
Hatafi undoing the turnbuckle right in front of the referee. Bold maneuver there.
Move. Yeah.
Minuano leaving Hatafi hung out to dry on the ropes once again. Hatafi though kicking and getting back up to their feet. Oh, and the claw! Oh! The trophy taker locked into Minuano, but no. Now, Hatafi dropping both the knees down. Oh, went for the drop kick. Minuano, though, catching them. Now, Kamigoye right in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, and before Hatafi could even get up, Minuano just throwing an absolute brutal right foot.
Series of right hooks. As Hatafi was on the ropes, and then a German suplex to follow up. Oh boy, Minuano's going to the top turnbuckle here. And went for the coup de grace, but Hatafi rolling out of the way. And the Russian leg sweep.
Minuano is already a terrifying individual on the ground, but seeing that just absolute monster fly is just the most horrifying thing ever.
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen what he breaks out of his arsenal in almost every match he's in. It's crazy.
Yeah, we do not see him go top rope often, but when he does, it is a treat.
Looks like the referee was able to put the turnbuckle pad right back onto a massive lariat. Oh, Wings of Destruction locked in on Minuano, or on Hatafi this time now. Nowhere to go. But no.
Yeah, Minuano had Hatafi middle of the ring, dead to rights.
I don't think we've ever seen Minuano. Whoa. The running knee.
Minuano, the strong silent type, busting out a new move.
And Hatafi with the German suplex. Quick rush of strength there by Saint Acid. And yelling at Minuano to get back in the ring. Okay, so for the record, right? Hatafi got busted open. Am I correct?
Yeah, you are correct.
Where's the blood? I don't. You know what? I don't want to know. I don't want to know where it is.
Nope. I don't want to think about that part.
Oh, Minuano just tossing Hatafi around out of that turnbuckle. Now tossing Minuano over, going into the cover now. 1, 2, kick out at 2.
Yeah, Hatafi didn't look too happy at that.
Hatafi locking in Dragon's Heart here, but no, Minuano able to get the ropes in time. But Hatafi not done yet. Trophy taker locked in once again. That might be it for the Desperado himself. 1, 2, 3. And here is your winner, Kalindar Hatafi. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
I guess that's 1/3 of the blood tide that the Fangs are getting tonight. I have to wait and see if maybe they get it when Nash and Luther take on Ragnarok later on.
Who knows on that? But, oh boy, that is going to be terrifying to watch.
Yeah. Before we get into our next matchup here, ladies and gentlemen, Lady Kathgina saying the knocking has stopped, sales are up, and the Fangs of Vega have had blood spilled, and Saint Acid has won their match. Tonight is going very well. At least Kathgina's happy.
Yeah, right? As long as we have happy Faye, happy life.
Yes. A happy Faye leads a happy way.
Hey, there you go.
Look, I just come up with the stuff on the fly, man. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and head down to ringside for our next matchup. The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, wrestling out of the Dreaming City, he is the Awoken Hunter, Siegfried. And introducing his opponent, wrestling out of a land down under, he is the Marauder, Merrick, the Hunter. I'm getting confirmation here, ladies and gentlemen, that Merrick is one of the competitors in the 8-man showcase match to determine the number one contender for the Underground Championship. He was on the last 8-man showcase match at Ascension, putting on a very great performance in that matchup.
Absolutely. Anytime we have talks of, championship number one contenders, Merrick is usually pretty high up on that list in some capacity.
And Siegfried running out of the corner, going for that full body splash onto Merrick, but Merrick able to dodge out of the way. And Merrick ducking under him, grabbing that arm. Siegfried nowhere to go. Oh, but drop kick into the knees. Oh, launching Siegfried to the outside. Oh! A forward-leaning suplex, Merrick's legs just clipping that apron there. Another suplex, this time to Siegfried. Merrick just going to work on the Hunter here, twisting that arm up, still on the outside, chop across the chest, multiple hooks into the face.
And just bouncing the head off the apron there, and then unceremoniously just getting tossed back in the ring.
Oh. Look, America's going for that, was going for that DDT there. Oh, but that springboard leg drop to the back there by Siegfried into the cover. Kick out at 1. A standing moonsault there by Siegfried into a cover once again. But no, kick out at 2. Ladies and gentlemen, after this matchup, before we get into some tag team action, we're going to be hearing from one member of the roster who we haven't heard of since he made his debut. We're actually going to be hearing from Volthus coming up next, which is going to be interesting. Maybe we're going to be getting a lot of good insights, I would hope.
Yeah, hopefully.
Merrick not able to get that pin. Siegfried kicking out at 2. A quick takedown there. And the big boot right into the jaw. Twisting that arm up once again. Kick to the back of the head. Siegfried quickly getting back up to his feet. Both competitors going for kicks of their own, but missing. Merrick with the Lion's Trap locked in. Siegfried nowhere to go, but looks like he's able to escape. Merrick continuing to work on that arm into the cover once again. 1, 2, no. Oh, Merrick to the top turnbuckle. Oh! Nobody home. Oh. Quick faceplant there by Siegfried on the outside. Oh, the big drop kick there. Keeping Merrick down for a quick moment, rolling him back to the inside of the ring. Now Siegfried to the top turnbuckle. Oh, wherever the shooting star press, but unfortunately nobody home as Merrick rolls out of the way. And the Hunter's buckshot connects into the cover. 1, 2, no.
Oh. Yeah, caught all of the buckshot. And yet Siegfried's still able to kick out.
And another Hunter's buckshot. Will that be enough to put Siegfried away? And it does. And here's your winner, Merrick, the Hunter. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we got some very exciting tag team action coming to you next before we head into our regularly scheduled ad break. But before we get into that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hear from a member of the roster who's been around since before the first Ascension. He made his debut a little bit before Ascension, but we're going to hear from the snake charmer himself, Wolfus. WPW. Been a minute, hasn't it? Figured I'd show my face before y'all start making up stories about me. Fact number 1, I'm loud, I'm blunt, and I don't walk away from a fight, even when I should. Fact number 2, yeah, I'm a demon, but I don't make deals, I don't sign my soul, and I damn sure don't kneel. And number 3, you'll lay a hand on my Rosie? You're gonna meet a very pissed off snake dad and an even angrier demon. Now, I've been hearing whispers in the locker room. Somebody wants me to join their cute little clubhouse. So let's make this simple. You and me, one-on-one in the ring. You beat me? Fine. I'll roll with your group. Call it a miracle. Call it a trophy. Whatever makes you sleep at night. But if you lose, you walk away. No begging. No bargaining. No second chances. Because this demon don't follow nobody. Okay, so their snake is named Rosie. Got it.
And confirmed demon, but yeah, proud snake dad. Good for him.
I mean, hey, I'm not gonna doubt the guys. Honestly, you know that the snake looks incredibly healthy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I can always,
Got the right
I can
diet
always, yeah, I was about to say I can always appreciate a person who takes good care of their pets. Yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Someone in the back, someone in the locker room has been calling for Wolfus to join their group, and let's just say he's not exactly happy about that. We don't know exactly who Wolfus is talking about. Maybe we'll get some answers in the coming weeks. But yeah, he's issuing that open challenge to whoever it was that's been knocking on his door, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait to see what that's all about.
Yeah. But as we ponder that for the foreseeable future, Fenrir tweeting on social media, how interesting. I'm gonna be honest with you, Fenrir, I don't even think Voltus would stoop that low. But regardless, let's go ahead and head down to ringside for some tag team action.
Definitely.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the team up of Alma Valen and Marisol Summercrest, the 4 Horsewomen. And correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew, but I believe this is the first time Marisol and Alma have actually tag team together since the forming of the 4 Horsemen.
Yeah, to my knowledge, you are correct. Both of these women have had interesting singles careers. Alma winning a title and Marisol having a very up and down record. But still, this is the first time the two of them have teamed up.
And introducing their opponents, the team up of Hijinks and our Synthwave champion Calamity, the Lucha Quinns. And as stated earlier, ladies and gentlemen, on top of the 8-match showcase match we have for the #1 contendership of the Underground Championship, we'll be having an 8-woman showcase match to determine the #1 contender of the Synthwave Championship, and it's very possible that any 3 of these competitors, well, no, okay, I should, let me rephrase that. It's very possible that we could see Hijinks, Marisol, and Alma Valen in that very showcase match. And, you know, we've had this conversation before on when or what if Hijinks does become the #1 contender.
Yeah, we've seen it before where the #1 contender and the champion have been from the same faction, so it is a very big possibility.
Mm-hmm. Here, kicking things off, we have the former Rocker Girl champ Alma Valen taking on the current Synthwave champion Calamity. Alma, of course, losing the Rocker Girl Championship in a very, very devastating triple threat matchup against the Goddess Hell, as well as the head of the Matsumoto family, Hana Matsumoto. Hana being able to pick up the victory in that one, becoming your new Rocker Girl champ. Now, actually, speaking of it, ladies and gentlemen, we will be seeing Hana Matsumoto making her solo in-ring debut as the new champion when we come back from the ad break here. But here we go, Calamity tossing Alma Valen to the outside. Oh, drop kicking Alma Valen there.
Yeah, you saw that too, right?
It's the kicks. It's got to be those kicks, which obviously,
kicks.
You know, everyone, you should get yourself a pair of those kicks. They're freaking fantastic.
Yeah, super comfortable.
Both competitors back on the inside. It's not the only tag team match we have here tonight. Obviously, I've mentioned before the Fangs of Vega, Naj, and Luther taking on Ragnarok in the form of Beowulf and Fenrir. That is actually going to be a tornado tag team match, ladies and gentlemen. So, no traditional tag team rules for when we get to that matchup. Tag me to hijinks as she lands that springboard moonsault there. Going for it again, but nobody home as Alma Valen rolls out of the way.
Yeah, obviously we've seen the Lucha Quinns tag very often, and their styles definitely complement each other. But not seeing Alma and Marisol on the same team, it's going to be real interesting. They have similar styles, but can they coexist?
Hijinks now with a couple of forearms there to Marisol. Oh, and a flying forearm in the corner. We're getting a tweet on social media now from the Primal Vice Shiva as she prepares for her matchup against Hel, saying, "I'm currently watching for shady goddesses. If any of them come near Mr. Storm, I will break their left arm. This is all. Thank you, Lucha Quinns, for my current new shoes." Oh, I didn't realize that Shiva got a pair. Neat. But Calamity...
Well, I did hear they were still running their Black Friday sale, so...
Oh, yeah. That did just happen. Quick DDT there by Calamity. Alma rolling to the outside, and Calamity to the top turnbuckle. Double X handle to the outside. And Alma getting the hot tag to Marisol. Oh, Marisol trying to go for that lariat, but Calamity taking her down with a series of forearms.
Yeah, so far the Horsewomen able to get some pretty frequent tags, but at the same time, this has been largely Lucha Quinns.
And dropping both the knees down onto the champion. Tag me to Alma Valen now. And now Alma Valen. Look at her Fenrir's bite. And now into the cover. 2, no.
Oof. Hijinks coming in late for the breakup, and Alma not having it.
Scoop slam there. Alma going for the pin now. 2, no. Marisol going for another clothesline once again, but reversing and going for that clothesline and landing it this time around. Keeping Calamity down. Tag mate to Alma Valen once again.
Yeah, quick, consistent tags. Oof. And Alma with the shoulder check.
Marisol rolling Calamity back into the ring. Looks like Alma did have something planned for hijinks, but deciding the best course of action to go after the legal person in the matchup here. Well, Alma Valen's got planned here. Double axe handle. A back elbow by Calamity. Again, the Synthwave champion up to her feet now. Irish Whip in the corner. Tag made some Marisol. We got some tag team action here. Big right hook into the midsection. Oh, that big fallaway slam.
Yeah, the Horsewomen keeping Calamity isolated from her partner. She has been in for a while, just taking so much abuse.
And a big slam there. Well, Marisol had something planned there for Calamity, but Calamity trying to put things back in her favor. The dragon screw, knocking her down. Now able to get the tag into hijinks.
Yeah, finally getting that tag in, a breather.
Oh, and that Uranagi modified into a backbreaker. Whipped into the corner now. We got some more tag team action coming in from both Alma and Marisol. Double Irish Whip into the corner. That double kick right into the midsection, knocking hijinks down.
Yeah, double stiff kicks to the solar plexus.
And a roll up into a suplex, not capitalizing on the pin. Whips back into the corner. More tag team action from the four horsewomen. This is the most I think we've ever seen in a tag team match here in WPW.
Absolutely. And Alma just launching Marisol from the top.
And I was just tossing hijinks around like a sack of potatoes. Lutez pressed now by Marisol. Tag made to Calamity now.
Almost stepping aside, getting caught. Oof.
And just bashing that head of Alma right into the ring. Now Calamity with a series of stomps being made to the Shield Maiden. Now going to the top turnbuckle. Could be looking. No, but still landing a splash right onto Alma, but Marisol right there to break up the pin.
Yeah, Marisol coming through the ropes like she got launched out of a cannon, not even a 1 count.
A small toss there by hijinks.
Now just kind of bashing the ear and the side of the temple.
Alma making the tag to Marisol this time around. Irish Ripper to the ropes. Oh, backbreaker there by Summercrest. Another big slam there. More punches being landed. Now Marisol could be looking to finish things off here with that grand uppercut. May have been enough to take out Hijinks, but no, Calamity right there to break up the pin attempt.
Marisol practically chasing her out of the ring. Oof.
Trying to land on with both knees, but nobody home as Hijinks rolls out of the way. Oh, and the Pele kick there by Hijinks. A big boot there, knocking Hijinks down once again. Now Marisol going for a running power slam there. Looking up.
Yeah, just the size and the strength difference between these two women.
Looking to do more damage to Hijinks this time around. Tag made to Alma Valen. A swift kick to the back there. And a clothesline to the outside. Now Alma putting her attention on the champion. Drop kick to the outside, knocking both the Lucha Quinns out. Tag being made to Marisol now.
Potentially a little trash talk from former champion to current.
Oh, Hijinks trying to get some payback there, but Alma reversing that one. And Marisol with an electric chair drop. Going through this matchup here at Swing on social media, Jacob Storm, your current Rockerboy champion, saying, tonight in Wolfpack Wrestling, I step into the main event with the toughest SOB in the company, Arctic Mantis. My Rockerboy title isn't on the line, but my pride sure as hell is. No cheap shots, no shortcuts, just two men ready to leave everything in that ring. Mantis, you've earned every ounce of respect I've got, but I'm here to prove that Storm. I'm here to prove the Storm can stand toe-to-toe with the very best. Let's give the fans a fight worth remembering. A big show of honor there from the champion to the toughest SOB. Tag made to Alma. Calamity now the legal person from the Lucha Quinns. Cross body by the champion. Oh, and the Achilles lock locked in. But Hijinks able to break it. To break up the submission attempt.
Yeah, for a moment there, both Lucha Quinns were down.
Alma rescuing her tag team partner from a quick cheap shot there by Calamity. But Calamity still getting the upper hand, back elbow by the champ. Oh, and the Riva La Revolucion, but unfortunately Marisol able to break up the pin attempt. Now top turnbuckle. Calamity looking for infinite Calamity, but nobody home.
All four of these women have given their all and just keep on going.
Calamity with the hot tag and a tag made to Marisol. Marisol focusing some attention onto Calamity for a little bit. Right in front of her tag team partner. And now putting all of her ammunition into Hijinks. And Marisol looking for a running power slam.
Running power slam, not capitalizing though.
Looking to use more in the tank here. Oh. Cover made, but Calamity might be there. Yep, just in the nick of time. Marisol not happy about that. And Irish Whip into the corner here. Hijinks wrenching that arm around the top rope. Oh. Oh, Hijinks able to escape out of that corner. Oh. Tag made to Calamity now. And a cross body to Summercrest. And looking for that running elbow drop there. Was Calamity got planned? Irish whip into the corner. Taken to the outside once again. We've seen this at the start of the match, knocking Marisol once again. What that drop kick,
showing off the kicks.
Marisol taking some pot shots at Hijinks, and Calamity going after Alma. And a stunner to the outside. Nagi into a backbreaker there. Marisol now quickly making her way back into the ring.
Yeah, making this a one-on-one for a second.
Yeah, but that means if anything happens, if there's any sort of pin attempts here, there is no one to bring up the pin at the moment. Alma Valen able to make it back into her corner. Hijinks hasn't gotten up yet, but pin attempt made to Marisol kick out at 1. Climbing running out from the corner there in a knee. And Calamity going for a third drop kick through the ropes here, knocking out Marisol once again. Oh, and the Insano kick on the outside. There's been a series of devastating back and forth between the 4 Horsewomen and the Lucha Quinns. It's honestly really hard to call and see who could have this matchup. It could really be any of these two teams.
Absolutely. Like I said, everybody has just been throwing everything, including the kitchen sink.
Yeah. Marisol making pot shots at Hijinks once again, tossing her into the ring. Went for the clothesline, but Calamity with the crossbody. But no, kick out at 2. Still not enough to put Marisol away.
Not even close. And just Calamity is even wondering what she's going to have to do to put somebody away.
Yeah, she needs to make a tag. I feel like she's been the legal competitor in this matchup for longer than might be necessary.
Oh, definitely. She has been in there pretty regularly, just being the Iron Woman of this match.
And Calamity mocking Marisol. Now taking pot shots to Alma. Going for another stunner, taking her off the apron. And a massive clothesline to Hijinks. Count has been reset, ladies and gentlemen. Calamity and Marisol still continuing to fight out this match on the outside of the ring. with reckless abandon.
Definitely. These two have, I don't want to say they have it out for each other, but there is definitely something there. Marisol was something to prove, and who better to take it out on than the champ?
Yeah, and tag finally being made to Alma Valen. Oh, and the Insano kick! And Calamity not finished yet. Irish whip into the corner. And now looking for a fourth dropkick through the ropes. This time to Alma Valen.
Marisol ate a couple. Now it's Alma's turn.
Oh, Alma slamming Calamity right into those steel steps.
Yeah, the crowd is on their feet. They are loving this.
And I do not blame them for one single second. Calamity now going for the pin. 1, 2, 3. And here are your winners, the Lucha Quinns. Ladies and gentlemen, I could not think of this. Got to be one of the best tag team matches we've ever seen here in WPW. Both teams putting in their all, not letting up through one another. It was a very, very close call, straight down the frickin' middle.
Absolutely. They brought the house down and just kept going. How any of these competitors have anything left in the tank, I don't know, but congrats to them. That was, to all four women, that was a brutal match and just one for the books.
Well, I can't think of a better match to cap off this halfway point here of WPW. So before we get into our next match, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hear some very, very nice words from our very generous sponsors.
Ladies, look at your man. Now back to me. Now back at your man. Now back to me. Does he look like me? Hell no. But can he smell like me? Hell yes! Beowulf's Monster Blood Blend is my brand new fragrance from men in deodorant, body wash, and shampoo varieties. Made out of the finest ingredients gathered from the corners of the 9 realms. So now you can smell like you just wrestled a demon buck-ass naked in the midst of smoke and the scent of mead on your skin. Slayed your draconic son and fought many a dangerous monsters of the deep. Beowulf's Monster Blood Blend. Live like a legend, be a legend, smell like a legend.
Not made of actual monster's blood. Any blood found is merely a coincidence, nothing more. Please don't sue us. Start your day right with the clean, sweet spice of Brass Kettle Blend Turkish coffee. One of the day's best perks. Because nobody does coffee better than the Turks.
Put the pep in your step with Lucky Potion, a Did It Alchemy and Catering specialty product.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Do you need some extra eddies in your pocket? Do you love to flaunt your superior predictive powers to friends and strangers? Do you want the rush of winning big without the fear of some no-neck loan shark sizing you up for a pair of cement shoes? Well, I am proud to announce that Wolfpack Wrestling has partnered with Devil's Own LLC to bring you the newest and experimental craze in online high-stakes gaming, Pound and Penny. Our easy-to-use interface allows you to not only speculate on the outcomes of your favorite underground sporting events, but also to back up your educated estimate by putting your hard-earned credits on the line. Simply put, once a match begins, you will have the opportunity to use your preferred electronic device to pick your buff, sweaty competitor of choice. Select the amount of credits you are comfortable taking from your fellow players, and click Vote. But be quick, the window to vote is only 1 minute. So whether it's an 8-person showcase match, a one-on-one title bout, or an Extreme Rules match where a competitor is trying to show off to an ephemeral fairy queen, you can put your experience and inductive reasoning to work for you. And then make sure you take your surplus of credits and buy yourself a fresh new pair of Throws Kicks. Throws Kicks, Hey, wait a minute. Who put this on the script? Of course not. It's fucking Cran!
Hello, I am Jeb, co-founder of Dawning Breakfasts. You all seem to love our premier energy brand, Midnight Sun, the kick that gives you second wind for long nights. I'm proud to announce our next lineup of products. May I introduce you to our new breakfast lineup inspired by your favorite Wolfpack Wrestling stars, like Frostbite cereal, chunks of vanilla and mint crunch, whether you're inspired by a winter primal or the adoring Fey Queen. The Horsewomen protein bars, on-the-go snacks that make you feel wise bravado, a sergeant, or a champion, available with or without sugar. The Lucha Quinns oatmeal, fruitful flavors that will make you bounce with joy. Enjoy them in hot or cold. Last but not least, Turkish delightful milkshakes, handpicked by members of the Fangs of Vega. We got mint, vanilla, chocolate, black cherry, and green tea, with the options of having regular or goat milk. We hope you try them out for yourself to get that pick-me-up first thing in the morning. Dawning Breakfasts, proud sponsor of WPW.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to let you all know that tonight's show is brought to you by Bearthame's very own dark ale. Goffness, the cool, quenching, deliciously malty taste of the hot sun and cool breeze. For your daily goodness, get Goffness. And also make sure to get all your dessert needs at the Gregorian International Pastries. The sweetest deals on earth are here. And also, ladies and gentlemen, we also, because I almost forgot about it at the entirety of the last episode, but I'm gonna make sure I say it now, ladies and gentlemen, that, you know, big shout out to Match Attack Madness for providing us with all of our equipment that we use to put this show on every other week and every other week out, and also our very glorious pay-per-views, which, just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the road to WPW Sulator, coming to you live the Saturday after Mardi Gras. So make sure to mark that on your calendars, ladies and gentlemen. But we also could not put the show together or, you know, build up to this next very glorious step of WPW without the help of the Matsumoto Corporation being our primary benefactors. Make sure everyone gets paid, and, you know, all the other fun little benefits that come as a result of that, as well as giving us their great medical staff and the Resurrectionist team from the Bearthame Gladiatorial Federation. But now, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of the Matsumoto Corporation, we're gonna hear, well, actually not here, my mistake. We're gonna be seeing the head of that corporation making her solo debut as your newly crowned WPW Rocker Girl Champion. So with that being said, let's go ahead and head down to ringside. The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, wrestling out of Karamorin, she is the Witcher, Draven, Dunn. And introducing her opponent. She is the head of the Matsumoto estate and is the WPW Rocker Girl Champion, Hana Matsumoto. I think it goes without saying, ladies and gentlemen, Hana Matsumoto is one of the pure prime definitions of who you would call a fighting champion here in WPW. Much so that she has been given the moniker of the Queen of Strong Style.
Yeah, definitely. She has been a fighting champion no matter which belt she's held.
Coming right out of the gate, that single leg drop kick. Obviously, Draven Dunn, no one to scoff at. She's currently coming off of a pretty high profile victory, going up against coming up against the Winter Fae herself, Lady Kathjina, in a submission match. I'm getting confirmation here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, that Draven Dunn will be a competitor in that 8-woman showcase match to determine the #1 contender for the Synthwave Championship. So we have a potential future #1 contender taking on the former Synthwave champion.
Yeah, absolutely. And with Draven already being on the card for that match, everybody's going to have to work just that much harder.
Yeah. You know, Draven Dunn, Hana Matsumoto, both OGs of WPW, have been around since the beginning of the Federation, have been there, done that, fought all sorts of competitors throughout the entirety of the roster. Oh, big German suplex there by Draven Dunn. And over the top rope. And Draven Dunn, obviously no secret to going after titles. She was in the matchup against the Primal Shiva at the first ever Resistance Order to determine the inaugural Rocker Girl champion. So the title picture is something that she is not a stranger to.
No, definitely not. And yet, also something that has kind of eluded her over the years is an actual title. So, could be the time to for Draven to get her shot.
Hana, though, keeping Draven down. Some classic red versus blue action here. Draven getting the feet up just in time, but unfortunately not able to deflect that electric chair drop there by Hana. A swift knee to the gut there by Hana. Draven trying to recover, but dropping the knee on the back of the head there. But Draven able to put things back in her favor a little bit, keeping Hana down on the outside this time.
Oof. And Hana with just a vicious clothesline.
And Draven making a beeline towards the champ.
Oh, here we go, a little back and forth action.
And we got ourselves a slugfest brewing up in the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, big chop across the chest, and now a series of blows to the head there by Hana. Into the cover, one. No, kick out at one. Oh, Hana had something planned there, but Draven taking her off of that middle turnbuckle there. And a spine buster to the champion. Going into the cover now. One, no. Oh, Draven turning things up here for an erudite. Going into the cover. One, two, no. That's barely a kick out at two. Oh, and the rising sun landing by Hana Matsumoto.
Yeah, Hana putting a little bit of force behind that.
Going after the knees a little bit. Irish whip into the corner. A scoop slam there by Hana. She'd be planning here, going to the top turnbuckle. Oh! Oh, whoa! Not enough to put Draven away. A crazy eclipse there was not enough to put the Witcher down. Looking for more ideas, but Draven constantly fighting back. Hand to the top turnbuckle once again. What could she be planning here? And going for that stunner once again. Into the cover. One, two, three. And here's your winner, Hana Matsumoto. And no surprises here from the Rocker Girl champion.
Yeah, definitely Team Blue has it tonight.
Well, we have to see if maybe Team Blue could keep up the momentum, because, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Primal in action coming up next. Obviously, this is coming from a protection contract that Shiva signed with Jacob Storm and Ivy Reed, you know, to protect Storm from Hell. And obviously, you know, Hell, again, bit of a vendetta against Storm. Again, putting it lightly. But, yeah, let's just say Shiva is not too happy with what, you know, with what Hell's plans are, and so yeah, I'm sure this will go swimmingly.
Oh, definitely. This will definitely be no problems.
That being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and head down to ringside. I should also like to mention earlier on, during that last matchup here, Lady K came in with our food tonight, coming in with chicken wings, all kinds of turkey wings, pitchers of water, soda, pale ale, fruit and cheese platters with olives, roast turkey breast with gravy, mashed potatoes, French fries, and seasoned potato wedges. And then tweeting out after she left saying, "Enjoy your dinner, boys. You have earned it." You know, we always appreciate all the food and all the love that Lady K gives us on a bi-weekly basis.
Oh, absolutely. We love Lady K and everything she does to help us out, and also to help keep us safe.
Yeah. But I feel like the safety is the most important part.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The safety bit, not just here in the booth, but what she does for us as a whole, cannot be understated.
Yeah. So, like, how we have Haruka Daisuke, you know, the head, the sort of head of our main physical security. I guess you could call Lady Kathgina the sort of, head of security against all things, supernatural, I guess.
That would be fair. That would be fair.
Yeah. But, yeah, with all that being said, we got a match to come up next, so yeah, let's go and get into that. The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing the Primals, she is the Primal of Ice, Shiva. Coming out of the Akafa Amphitheater once again. introducing her opponent. Representing Ragnarok, she is the goddess Hel. And rocking new music, it seems, which I feel like it's probably par for the course when especially when we're in this sort of new era of Ragnarok.
Yeah, it sounds plausible.
Immediately out of the gate with a flying knee. And as we were going through all that, Arctic Mantis tweeting on social media saying, WPW, the time is near to butt heads between myself and Jacob Storm. I'll revel in facing the new Rockerboy champ and show him the meaning of being the toughest Seabrook of Barcelona. I'm gonna keep guessing what it means until someone tells me so.
I want to tell him, but I don't want to break the innocence.
Someone's gonna have to tell him eventually.
I know, but still, he's such a good being. Like, you just want to let him have it.
Yeah. I know. I completely understand. Shiva twisting up that arm a bit there. Oh.
Oof, yeah, just trying to stretch out that arm and shoulder area.
And leaving Hel hung out to dry on the rope. Oh, leaving her hung out to dry once again. Oh, and that leg drop there by the Primal. Going for the cover now. 1, 2, no. A big knee there by Hel. Taking Shiva back up to her feet once again. Dragging her to the ropes, a kick into the midsection. Now wrenching that back across the bottom rope. And a quick stomp there by the goddess. Shiva quickly back up to her feet now. Quick chop across the chest. And a power bomb right there.
Absolutely vicious power bomb.
And followed
knee
up
straight to the forehead.
Into the cover now. Kick out at 1. Neck breaker there. Finger to the ropes. Living hung out to dry once again. Now wrenching that arm.
Yeah, not even waiting, just going right after the arm.
And the elbow drop from the top rope. Going for the cover. One. No. A twisting neck breaker there by Shiva. Laying out a little battle cry there. Attempting to beat down on Hel. And tossing Shiva around. Going for the cover now. One. No. Another kick out at one. Shiva trying to recover in the corner there, but Hel not allowing her to do so. Hel just not letting up here. Now getting rid of that turnbuckle pad there.
Yeah, ref even watching her do it.
Oh, and an Uranagi there by the goddess. Going for the cover now. One, no. You know, it's moments like that that make me kind of question the ref's allegiances at some points.
Same here, but at the same time, you try telling Hel no.
And the Death Soul. Also, fair point. Cover made, but a kick at it too. Hel just eyeballing Shiva. Now taking her out of the corner here. And Frozen Grace. Into the cover once again, but looks like the referee too busy putting the pad back on the turnbuckle.
Yeah, Hel would have had this handedly.
But giving Shiva just enough time to be able to kick out of that pin attempt. Hel just stomping on the arm there. And a DDT. Hel going for the pin attempt once again. Maybe he'll get it this time. Two. No. Shiva able to kick out a count of two. Now ankle lock locked in by Shiva, but Hel able to quickly escape it. A very swift hip toss there by Hel. But Shiva, oh, what the? with the Irish whip into a European uppercut. And a quick backbreaker there. Trying to go after the legs. Hel kicking back. Now Shiva trying to recover on the outside. But it's also a dangerous spot to be as Hel up and over the top rope. Shiva kind of taunting at the crowd a little bit there, but Hel. Oh! And Tanta bodied. Hel capitalizing, but Shiva quickly putting it back in her favor. Both competitors back in the ring. Oh, face plant there by Hel. Now a series of stomps followed up with that forearm. Shiva quickly back up though. Both competitors going for flying, looking for flying kicks there, but not able to land them. Now Shiva to the top rope, going for the elbow drop there. And into the cover. 1, 2, no. A quick slap across the face. Irish whip into the corner by Shiva. And a suplex out of the corner.
Yeah, that release suplex just absolutely launched Hel across the ring.
And dropping the knee on the chest there. Oh, a run clothesline there by Shiva, knocking Hel down. Hel just continuously taking the primal down face plant into the ring. Oh! And that DDT on the apron as she goes to the outside. Swiping both feet across the forehead there.
Yeah, Hel just absolutely brutalizing Shiva right now.
Now taunting Shiva from the inside of the ring as Shiva tries to recover, but not giving her enough time. Oh, Shiva catching her though. And a scoop slam to the outside. Oh, and the Diamond Dust overdrive connecting by Shiva, going for the cover now. 1, 2, no. Ooh. Just barely a kick out at 2. On the middle rope with that knee drop. Wrenching that arm once again. Ah, chop across the chest, another chop. Hel, though, fighting back. Irish Whip to the ropes. Quick toss right there, and a Pele kick. And Hel locking in Death's Embrace. Right onto Shiva. She gonna make him tap out, and she does. And here is your winner, the Goddess Hel. Well, that was a bit of a disappointment if I ever saw one.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Well, oh, don't worry, I'm gonna disappoint you more. We got more Ragnarok coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some Tornado tag team action this time around. But let's just go ahead and head down to ringside. We're not even at your main event, ladies and gentlemen. I'm already checked out, I feel.
Well, you might want to get checked back in real quick.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, let's just go ahead, because I'm already hearing both teams are getting antsy and are already in gorilla position. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. The following contest is a Tornado Tag Team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the team up of an Ash Avendash and Luther Bolfenheim, the Fangs of Vega. You know, we saw 1/4 of the Fangs of Vega earlier on tonight. We saw Kalindar Hatafi taking on the former Rockerboy champion Minuano, being able to pick up the victory in that matchup, and also getting at least a part of the Fangs' blood tithe as part of a deal they've brokered with Hana Matsumoto. And I'm kind of thinking, regardless of what happens, I think they just kind of just want to come out here to see what this new version of Ragnarok is made of.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody's been wanting to get their hands on new and improved Ragnarok. But, yeah, these guys don't want to let Guns and Glory have all the fun, probably.
Yeah, they also probably just see a very good opportunity here for their tithe.
Oh, absolutely.
And introducing their opponents, the team up of Beowulf and Fenrir, Ragnarok. It almost seems like that they were mocking the Fangs a little bit there.
Yeah, just a little.
Here we go. Looks like we got Fenrir squaring up against Ignatius, Beowulf squaring up with Luther. And Ash immediately with a Hurricane Rana out of the gate. And Beowulf looking for a tag here, or not tag, a pin attempt here, but no, kick out at 1.
Already the madness is in full swing.
Oh, Luther just very quickly taking down Beowulf and then breaking up the pin attempt by Fenrir, but Wolf with a big boot to the back of the head. And ladies and gentlemen, despite the fact that there are no countouts in this particular matchup, there are still disqualifications. So neither members of both these teams can grab weapons and use them. Otherwise, they will be disqualified. Luther again, both legs up just in time, kicking Beowulf back. Fenrir knocking out Ignatius. Looks like continuing to do the job on the outside, but Ignatius right there with the head. The interesting maneuver, knocking Fenrir down.
Yeah, absolutely. I know there's a lot of people backstage that wish they could just run out here and interfere. But at the same time, they don't want to give Ragnarok that win.
And that springboard splash there by Luther, keeping Beowulf down. Fenrir, though, a different story brewing, continuing to go after Nash, but Nash right there. The big Hurricane Rana to the beast. Oh, and then a flatliner right to Beowulf, going for the pin. And a kick out just before the count of 1, and tweeting on social media, Lady Cats Gina saying, personally, I think they smell like the 9 hells. Something is coming to collect from them sooner than they think. Bad things are going to happen, and I'm going to be working overtime on the wards, as I need to keep the collection team out. The collection team?
Well?
Oh! Oof. Fenrir with a massive power bomb to Luther. As Wolf hitting Ignatius with that elbow drop. Oh, high knee into the jaw there, and Nash going into the cover now. Kick out at 1, but Fenrir was right there to break up the pin attempt if need be. Oh! Wolf with the scoop slam, and Fenrir with a German suplex, landing him right onto his tag team partner.
Yeah, just to remind people, people are weapons.
They indeed are. Wolf looks like he's going old school on Luther right now. Oh. And Fenrir with the electric chair drop to an Ash. Fenrir shoving in Nash back, and Nash rolling to the outside to recover, but Luther all alone against Ragnarok. And Luther with the flying kick to both Fenrir and Wolf, knocking them both down, and the springboard forearm. Luther with the cover now, but a kick out at one, and Beowulf temporarily knocking out the ref.
Yeah, Beowulf stopping on the ref, trying to end it.
But Nash with the flying kick this time.
Yeah.
Oh, Fenrir into the pin, and Nash not paying attention, but a kick out at 2. The Nash trying to use that submission attempt onto Beowulf. A Pele kick there by a Nash. Beowulf now being hit from both sides by a Nash and Luther. Oof. Luther busting open Beowulf with those forearms. And a clothesline by Fenrir, knocking Luther down. A powerbomb to the outside. And drop kick into a kip up there by a Nash. And Fenrir just... devastating moves being made to Luther. And Nash has something planned here for the Legend Incarnate. What has he got planned here? Oh, and that Daredevil dive into a somersault. And a German suplex made to Beowulf. And a Luther's press there by Luther to Fenrir.
Yeah, all these guys just letting each other have it.
Oh.
Yeah, it looked like for a second there, the Fangs had the upper hand. Now back to Ragnarok.
And both of them dropping both of the Fangs at the same time. A kick back to Nash as Luther now being down upon Fenrir. And that back elbow there. Pin made to Beowulf now. 1. Kick out at 1. Oh, Wolf kicking an Nash back from whatever he had planned. But Nash with the headbutt. And Luther with the flying kick. And playing slight homage to Beowulf's former comrade at arms, Sergeant Major Payne. With that brief salute there. And over the top rope goes Luther. Oh, and that Superman punch there by Luther. The paid hit.
Yeah, and something tells me Payne backstage has his eyes glued on a monitor, just watching this bloodbath almost.
Yeah. And Luther and Nash just tag teaming up against Fenrir. And Luther hitting him up with that bar fight into the cover, but Wolf right there to break up the pin attempt. And a clothesline to Nash, knocking him out of the ring. Another clothesline there to Luther. Tried going for one for Nash, but Nash not having any of it. Oh, and the Pele kick. One member of Ragnarok rolls out, the other one rolls in, but one Fang dives over the top rope once again. Oh, and Kamagoye by Luther to Beowulf. Yeah, we heard Beowulf speak in the last episode. His first time speaking since that shocking development at the end of Resistant Disorder. Him declaring that the Bad Batch is dead. And cutting any and all ties to his former comrades.
The Bad Batch is dead. Long live the Bad Batch.
I would say that's only been one member of Ragnarok we've heard from. We've yet to hear from either Hel or Fenrir regarding the whole thing. Back to the match. Beowulf, though, with that modified suplex to a Nash. Fenrir and Luther still fighting it out on the outside. A German suplex to a Nash.
Yeah, Wolf looked like he took a beating on that too.
Oh,
oof.
A swift kick there to Beowulf. And that standing elbow drop by Fenrir to Luther. Wolf making a beeline towards a Nash. Chop across the chest. And that elbow. Oh, a big clothesline there by Luther. Well, Luther trying to... Beowulf trying to defend Fenrir a little bit there from what Luther had planned. Still continuing to do so, but Nash with a Pele kick to Fenrir. Wolf not paying attention, and Nash coming in from behind.
Oh, just absolutely spinning him out.
Now into the cover, but a kick out at 2. Not enough to put him away. Fenrir back in the ring, going for a clothesline on Luther. Wolf putting a Nash with that suplex from the fireman's carry position and a spine buster to Luther. And the diving clothesline by Fenrir to the outside. That's baseball drop kick in the corner to Luther.
Yeah, all 4 of these guys are absolutely out for blood. Nobody is given an inch.
And Wolf now heading out to rescue his tag team partner as Fenrir able to escape that stretch muffler submission. Or my mistake, it was the abdominal stretch, but regardless, a Nash still one-upping both members of Ragnarok.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you asked a Nash, he would be more than willing to just run this match as a handicap.
You know, I could totally see him doing that. And as Beowulf now busting Luther open. Fenrir and Nash on the outside. Luther, though, going for the pin attempt onto Beowulf. And Fenrir right there to break up the attempt. The European uppercut by Beowulf to Ignatius. Luther back up to his feet now. Fenrir back up to his feet, back in the ring. Wolf leaving Luther hung out to dry, and Fenrir with that takedown to Ignatius. Now waiting for him and a tackle to the outside. Oh, a flying high kick there by Ignatius, knocking Fenrir down for a brief moment. Oh, the Spanish fly to the beast. Suplex made to Luther. Wolf, it looks like he's just plainly ignoring Ignatius, but now heading back into focus on him now. Into a backbreaker there. Big European uppercut there by Beowulf, going for the cover now onto Ignatius. 2, no. Show frustration there by Beowulf. Fenrir continuing to lay the beatdown onto Luther, and Wolf locking in the hawkshot submission onto Ignatius. We have seen this maneuver before, but unfortunately was not able to put Ignatius away.
No, and now Nash wisely rolling out of the ring.
And now another bar fight, this time being made to Beowulf.
Yeah, it looked like Wolf was trying to get around Luther, but got caught in the meanwhile.
Fenrir right there to break up the pin attempt. Another flatliner there by Ignatius. And Wolf making a beeline towards Luther. Unlocking in another hawk shot, this time on the outside of the ring to Luther this time. Oh! That running faceplant there by Fenrir, busting Ignatius open. Fenrir now going to the top turnbuckle. Having something planned here for the mountain, went for the drop kick, but nobody home. Oh, that big slam. As Beowulf landing the midnight run onto Ignatius, going for the pin. 1, 2, no.
No.
And now it's just barely kicking out at the count of 2. Luther now with the pin. Kick out at 2. And now it's going for under the mountain to Fenrir, but Fenrir able to roll out of the way. But now it's using his full body weight, knocking Fenrir out. Need the Fangs here to clean up house against the likes of Ragnarok. We cannot have them be making and here's our winner, Ragnarok. God damn it.
You knew it was about to happen.
Right before I could even finish my thought, and they have to disrespect me like that. God. You know what? We should take them on.
I'm sorry. What?
We should take you're doing in ring, right? You're training right now. Trust me, I'll give you loads of time to prepare. You have plenty of time.
Lady K, you and I, we need to have a talk real quick if this is gonna happen. Okay, I need to go. I need to go talk with my counsel.
Fair enough. Like I said, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be now. It just has to be. So, because I think we could take them on. Personally speaking, I felt because unless my memory is losing me, I believe I've faced up against both of them at some point. Some point or another.
Right, but don't forget, I've only had one match.
Yeah, and you did incredibly well. All things considered.
All things considered. Let me put a pin in that. I need to go advise counsel. And also make sure my health care is paid in advance.
Well, look, again, I'm sure you'll do fine, but Hel tweeting on social media after that matchup saying, "Oh boys, I think they would be happy to face you both, but why not make this fair? Why not ask Fenrir for a 2-on-1 handicap match? He would love that." Again, doesn't have to be now. You continue your training, and we'll handle it at some point in the near or not nearby future. Those were words that I just said, but as we ponder the potential of us taking on Ragnarok at some point, it is time for your main event. A matchup has been made between both the Rockerboy champion Jacob Storm and the toughest S.O.B of WPW Arctic Mantis. And before we head down to ringside for that match, Shiva tweeting out saying, "I'm going to find you at 12 a.m. this night. I dislike you with all my hate, Hel." Very specific time. But regardless, let's go ahead and head down to ringside. The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall and is your main event. Introducing first, wrestling out of the frozen north, he is WPW's toughest senior of bok choy, Arctic Mantis.
I just can't with this. Like, is he creating new ways to say that he is the toughest S.O.B?
I have no ideas. And introducing his opponent, is the WPW Rockerboy champion, Jacob Storm. And tweeting on social media, Hel once again saying, "Find me if you can, Snow Cone. My realm isn't one you should venture blindly into." And I'm only sure and certain that Jacob Storm is appreciative of all that Shiva has to keep him out of harm's way. But you know, we just gotta look at this. We just gotta look at this picture. Like, I don't say this often, but damn, that belt looks good on Jacob Storm.
Absolutely. Somebody. There's a very small handful of people who have actually deserved that belt, and Jacob Storm is definitely on that short list.
And immediately out of the gate with a spear. Storm not letting up immediately against the toughest S.O.B. into a suplex now. Storm just not letting up as Arctic Mantis now hitting him with that flying headbutt.
And it looks like the if I can even talk right here, war of words is continuing on social media. Shiva responding, bring it on, you shady shadow. You believe I can't find you before you leave this plane. Ha! So things are getting very heated between Hel and Shiva, and oh boy.
Yeah, it is. I don't. Oh.
Yeah,
that's gonna be something.
Yeah, that's gonna be something that I don't think anybody wants to get in between. That almost feels like what you just say, all right, no rules, have at it and work it out.
Yeah. Jacob Storm going for that springboard cannonball there, but nobody home. Arctic Mantis with that big kick to the side of the head. Storm, though, fighting back. And now tossing Arctic Mantis to the outside of the ring. Storm trying to come in from behind. Mantis fighting back.
And Mantis just dropping the knees.
Oh, and a high kick there. Went for that spinning forearm, but nobody home. Storm back in the ring now. Mantis just eyeballing his opponent. Now tossing the champion around like a sack of potatoes. The other side of the ring. Another series of right hooks there. Now a bunch of stomps across the chest.
And Arctic over the top.
Oh, went for that knee once again, but Storm reversing into that drop kick. Now rolling Arctic back into the ring.
And Arctic with the flying headbutt.
Now putting in work on that leg, taking Arctic back up to his feet now, and a discus punch. And now into a submission, but Arctic able to get his foot onto the ropes in time. And now Storm to the top turnbuckle. Go ahead.
Yeah, thankfully ref was in the right spot to catch that.
That's somersault knocking Arctic down into the cover. One. No. And off the top turnbuckle, nobody home. Mantis now with a series of blows, fought up with that suplex. One of the flying elbow drop, but nobody home. As Storm now dropping Arctic back down once again, putting work on that arm. A quick elbow drop there. And Arctic with a swoop of the leg. Some of that springboard maneuver, but unfortunately nobody home. Now twisting that arm up. The Storm now eyeballing Mantis, has something playing here, but no, going back into the ring. Now with a couple of right hooks and now lifting up Mantis, scoop slam there. A Mantis with the hip toss. Oh, with the clothesline, another clothesline now. Catching that leg, sweeping up from under.
Yeah, Arctic feeling it.
Now a bunch of more stomps coming in by Mantis. And a stomp on the elbow. Mantis having something playing here. Over the top rope! Landing directly onto the champ.
Yeah, over the top again.
Oh, Mantis slamming Storm right into the steel steps. And that crucifix takedown by Mantis. The Storm makes his way back into the ring, now getting him back up to his feet. Whipped it into the ropes, ducking under, jumping over. Oh, went for that hook into the gut, but Storm catching him. That springboard cannonball landing right onto Mantis into the cover now. One, no. A couple of elbows right into the gut there. Oh. A jawbreaker there by Storm. And a springboard drop kick. Taking a little...
Storm.
Go ahead.
No, after you.
I was going to say, taking a little bit of stamina out of Storm after that one.
Yeah, definitely. Needing a little bit of a breather.
Oh! brief face plant there, not enough to put Mantis away, and Mantis leaving the champ hung out to dry on the ropes. And to those of you who are just now tuning in, welcome into WPW Saturday Night Showdown. I am your host, the Killjoy JTB, and I'm joined by my broadcast partner, Andrew Jensen. We are in the main event of tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob Storm, your newly crowned Rockerboy champion, wanting to take on the toughest S.O.B of WPW in the form of Arctic Mantis.
Yeah, and it has been an absolute brawl. These two are throwing everything at each other. Neither one of them getting a leg up.
A couple of stomps there. Storm, though, could be looking to end things off for this matchup. And now with a Desperado into a pin. 1, 2, no!
No!
Oh, quick stomp taking Storm down. And Mantis into the cover. 1, 2, no. And the springboard forearm. Mantis laying down more stomps onto the champ here. Now looking to end things off here. Oh, trying to hit him with an Arctic bomb, but Storm able to escape. And a spear! And chop across the chest. Now laying down Arctic Mantis in the Tree of Woe position. Just laying down that boot across the jaw.
Oh, and Arctic with a quick kick. Catching Jacob on the side of the skull, now just throwing stomps.
Another springboard forearm. And into the cover. 1, 2, no. Kick out at 2. Mantis in with that suplex. Oh, what a big snap suplex there by Storm. And the springboard crossbody. And now going to the top turnbuckle. Could be looking to end things off here. One for the leg drop, but nobody home. And tossing Arctic Mantis to the outside. Following suit. Mantis taunting Storm before face planting him on the edge of the apron there. But Storm now rolling Mantis to the inside of the ring. And Mantis had him in the fireman's carry position, but Storm reversing now, dragging Mantis over to the ropes. Oh, big clothesline there by the champion. And the springboard cannonball landing once more. And dropping that knee once again. And a reverse suplex. Oh, dropping the knee on Mantis once again, busting him open.
Yeah, cracking that helmet, drawing a bit of blood.
Another springboard cannonball.
Oh, Jacob's starting to feel it.
Oh, clothesline there by Mantis. Mantis dropping both the knees down across the chest. And an Uranagi.
Just absolutely palming Jacob's face.
Yeah. It's been a very, very devastating matchup for both these competitors here.
Yeah, absolutely. Jacob said he wanted to take on the toughest S.O.B. Arctic is proving why he is that.
Yeah, now Mantis beating the drums of war here. 6, 7, 8, 9, and a 10th to finish things off. Mantis coming out of that hardcore Hell in a Cell match against Luther Balfenheim and Sergeant Major Payne. Jacob Storm coming out on top as the new champ against Minuano and withstanding the assault by Beowulf and Fenrir. It has been like both these guys have been through quite a bit, and even before this year's Resistance Disorder.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, I still think back at Storm's Extreme Rules match against Luther back when WPW was making its comeback. Hold on, no, Arctic with the pin too. No. But I still think back to that matchup as one of the most instant classics we've ever had in showing what kind of competitor Storm is.
Absolutely. And Storm proving here tonight why, crossbody, why he deserves to be in the main event picture.
And Storm kind of taunting Arctic a bit, saying, "Is that all you got?" And Mantis with that jawbreaker. And a springboard kick there. Going for the cover. 1, 2, no. Another kick out at 2. Mantis flabbergasted. The Storm hitting him with that dragon screw now. Storm in the corner. What can he be playing here? Waiting for Mantis to recover in the corner. European uppercut there. Irish whip in the corner, another European uppercut. Oh, and the crucifix takedown.
Yeah, Arctic making sure the new champ stays humble. Not getting too full of himself.
Over coup de grace there, but nobody home. Storm able to roll out of the way. Now Storm wrenching that arm up. A quick knee jab right into the side there. Into the cover once again. 1, 2, no. Over that cannonball once again, but nobody home this time around. A clothesline there. Into another clothesline. And that scoop slam. Into the cover, that might be it. 1, 2, no. Still not enough to put Mantis away. Mantis showing why he has been dubbed the toughest SOB of WPW here, withstanding every move that Storm puts out. And Storm into the top turnbuckle once again with the elbow drop. And into the cover. 1, 2, and he gets it. And here is your winner, Jacob Storm. What a main event, ladies and gentlemen. Storm and Arctic Mantis putting on a fantastic matchup to cap off this episode of WPW. And you can see a show of respect there from both competitors. Storm shaking the hand of Arctic Mantis. And Wolf and there's Wolf and Fenrir at the foot of the ramp eyeballing Storm. Beowulf did state that they had eyes on him. And it looked like Mantis almost protecting Storm there for a minute. Yeah, now Ragnarok are making their way back into the backstage area, just putting that message out. But, ladies and gentlemen, disregarding that little instance at the end there. Again, massive props to Storm and Mantis for that hell of a match up there. Take a frickin' bow, you two.
Absolutely. I mean, that was a brutal match for both competitors. Both of them deserve a much-needed rest and a little vacay.
Yeah. But with all that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, we are heading onward to episode 60 of WPW Saturday Night Showdown. We know one of the confirmed matches for that show, an 8-man showcase match to determine the new #1 contender for the WPW Underground Championship. And we know that Merrick the Hunter is one of the competitors in that matchup. And we know that Draven Dunn and the episode after that, in episode 61, will be a competitor in the 8-woman showcase match to determine the #1 contender of the WPW Synthwave Championship. So as we gear towards those two particular matchups, and also on top of our next and upcoming pay-per-view with WPW Sulator, once again coming to you live the Saturday after Mardi Gras in 2026, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're building up towards, and I cannot wait till we get to that moment. But with all that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, I have been your host, the Killjoy JTB. This has been my broadcast partner, Andrew Jensen, and we'll catch you guys next time in the Underground. Have a good night, everyone, and see ya.